And here we go again. During a meeting recently, somebody mentioned that occasionally when they're watching something on the internet, they'll stop watching it and then come back to it later, but they can't find it later because it's disappeared off the lists. And I suggested that they pop into their history of the browser they're looking at and see if they can find it there, which is normal, unless you don't know about the history. And so today's video will be about history. I have got several browsers here which I'm going to take a look at individually. I don't know which one you use. I actually use Mozilla Firefox. Use that most of the time. I've had no complaints with it, or at least no major complaints with it so far. So we'll start off by having a look at Microsoft Edge. Now, I don't know why anyone would want to start off looking at Microsoft Edge, because not many people use it, do they? Come on, be honest, it's not the best browser in the world. But here we go. This is Microsoft Edge, and we need to find the history. Now, at most places you slide up to the top here to see if you can find history up the top. But with Microsoft Edge, in their infinite wisdom, they haven't put it up there. They've put it in a little box here. So if I click on that, oh, there it is, actually comes up, which is a bit not what I want, because it opens up on the history, which it doesn't normally do. You have to open it from this sub-menu here. We have history in the sub-menu, unless it's open, in which case you click on there and it opens. So that's blown my little theory right out of the water, but again, it shows how rubbishy, I guess, that the history is. Okay, so we have the history, we have Bing, we have an index, something I watched, several things I've actually watched during the course of having Microsoft Edge working. Some older ones there which you can look at, and when we go in, I don't know quite what to show you, and there's nothing really I can show you in there. I'll show you on the next one, because I really do find Microsoft Edge really obnoxious and indecisive. That's my opinion of it, and so we'll close it. That kept it very short, very soon. But anyway, if you're using Microsoft Edge, then God bless you, and click on this list and it will bring up history as part of the reading list, favorites, whatever's downloads. You can do the whole lot. To me that seems very, very disorganized, and I can't get on with it at all. Anyway, that's where it would normally lie if you're using Microsoft Edge. Okay, so the next one we have, which I had little time for, I must admit, until I actually tried it, and this is actually Safari. Now, this is designed basically for the Mac or the iPad, and a lot of people do use Mac and iPad, and so that's good. Never really looked at it myself before, so we're going to have a look here. If we click on this little gear wheel, look down, we can see history. If we click in the history there, it shows us everything that we've looked at recently, or even a fair time ago. This has only just recently been installed, so for the sake of this video. So here we go, we've got several of them. I looked at Netflix very briefly, and one or two other little things. Searched Yahoo. Can't remember what this was. Redirect. Oh right, this is something I've typed in wrong probably. Apple start page, which is obvious, we get that one. Whoops, went a bit too far back. Speedtest.com, I called in at speedtest.com just to see what was happening. I don't know quite what that message was, not interested. But anyway, here's our history. This is places I've been to, places I've looked at while I had this particular browser on. And again, just go back to the start page, which is here. This is Safari, and here are all my history places I've been to, and that is literally all of them. So it's not a question of, oh, it's some of them. That's all of them. Right, that's very quick. We'll move on. Next one is Opera. Now I was a bit worried about putting Opera on because it gave me a little video to watch to show me how to do something, and I thought, maybe that's a bit worrying, so didn't really pay attention. Anyway, here it is. If we look at this, is the Opera browser, and if we have a look down the side here, we've got Facebook Messenger. I actually use that quite a lot. We have WhatsApp, never heard of it, never used it. Speed dial. Now speed dial is something where you can have a look at everywhere you've been recently on this browser and places you've been to, and there's quite a lot. There's MSN, there's Raildar, which was a video I shall do in the future, allweather.com, there's Windows Live, there's Twitch, Santander. Checked out my own modem, that was the address at that time that I used. And yeah, there's Twitch, which I had a look around to see if there's anybody on, just for the sake of having a page here on the browser on Opera. So there we are. There's a history. You can see it lights up. We've got speed dial. We have bookmarks, because you can bookmark pages. You can have personal news. This is the stuff you like to know about. Maybe you're into show business, or you may be into finances, whatever. You can put them as your personal news. But right at the bottom here we have a little button, shows history. We click on the history, and these are all the places I've been to, and obviously more popular than the other ones. So it's yeah, there's quite a lot on there really. And that takes us back to Wednesday, and then Sunday the 16th, and Friday the 14th of July. How far back it will go, I'm not sure. June 23rd. Whoa. So as you can see, it's been recorded. This is only installed literally this morning, the day of I'm recording the video. You always get some sort of emergency going on out there, don't you? That's going past our window. I'm afraid it's a bit noisy. C'est la vie. Yeah, so we have quite a lot of history. And this isn't the history of where I've been to in the Opera browser. This is the history of where I've been on this computer, which is a bit nosy if you think about it. You wonder where all this information is saved and stored. So loads of things that we can do. David Beckham defends kissing daughter on the lips on Facebook live chat. No, I'm not going to that. Is it right or is it wrong? That's for him to decide, I think. A load of Cliff Richard songs that I downloaded. This would be on the 3rd of July. No, the 4th of July, I beg your pardon. So that's what I did on Independence Day in America. Downloaded the words and the chords to some people. I think there we are. That's it. And if you want that, I'll scroll down so you can copy it yourselves. Nice thing about this particular site is if you don't like E chords, you can change it to G and A and D and whatever. That's going by the by. But that's what I did on that particular day. Now that will also appear on today, because I've been there today. Have a look right at the top. Here we are, some people right at the top. That's what I did today. So it's a very comprehensive history of everything I've been to. We can see I've been to Raildar, features quite a lot. It's quite a complex program. As I say, I'll be doing a demonstration on that probably very soon, probably for next month, but we'll see. YouGov surveys is something I take part of. If you're interested in what goes on and how to make your voice heard, you can go to YouGov and sign up, and they can show you the various surveys they do, and you get a little bit of a prize at the end of each survey, in as much as you can enter prize draws or save all your points up and eventually earn yourself some money. Wonderful. Anyway, that's the history. That's on Opera, and that's quite good because it covers all the browsers I've been to as well, not just Opera browser. So we'll close that down and take a look at the next one. Now, next one's quite popular in as much as Google Chrome. Now Google Chrome doesn't invade and nose and take a look at everything else. Google Chrome will show you what Google Chrome has done. And if we click on the little three dots above each other there and look down the list of various things, we'll come to know the History tab. There we are, History. Oh, didn't open up. There we go. Recently closed, new tab, whatever. Don't understand that, why it's not working. There's the history. That's better. That's what I expected to see. Done it wrong. Never mind. It's all part of learning, isn't it? So here we are, Amazon, Google search, Amazon. I think I found some pots and pans on Amazon. Let's have a look. Yeah, that was it. £109.99 just for a bit of pots and pans. You go to our local hardware store, you can get 10 sets for that. But yeah, there we go. That's just a search that happened. Have no intentions of buying them, just for people's peace of mind. That was just something I searched at random. Raildar again features quite strongly because there is, as I say, lots to learn about it. But it's a sort of a follow-on from the the planes and the boats that I did very recently. Did a video of how to track planes and how to track boats off the nearby coast, which is all very good. Diabetes and Me is my homepage for my diabetes and heart attacks and foods and that sort of thing. Look at that nice. Gosh, it makes you feel hungry, doesn't it? You know, a bit of spag bol there, that can't beat it. A good bowl of chicken soup. Not to mention, that's enough of that. Gosh. Anyway, that's all at my website called Diabetes. Diabetes.wholebase.com. There we go. That's in the history. I forgot that was there, to be truthful, but it is there. So lots of stuff that we can do. So, in answer to the question, can we do searches for historical things? Here's Mozilla, which I tend to use mainly. This is the one I get my news from and read all my bits and pieces, and I've got all my links in, really. How do we do that? Right, for a start, yours might look like this. Pay attention to the top bar here. You'll see that there is no bookmarks or anything. However, if you pick a spot in the grey area here and right-click, you could load up a bookmark toolbar, which shows all the places I like to go to, and then go back again and click again. You'll get a menu bar. The menu bar is very important because it does contain history. Now the history, as you can see, it is quite comprehensive. It's the best one I've come across, to be honest. So if we show all history, there it is, all of it. That's everything I've looked at. Certainly in the last couple of months that the computer's been here, we've got June marked there. I think I reinstalled the computer in June because I was getting a lot of clutter, as you do from time to time, so I reinstalled it. And this is what I did. But if we have a look at June, can't remember what I did in June, but this will remind me, certainly. Did a survey, YouGov, which is good. Messenger, well, that would be speaking to my son, who's in university down the other end of England. Speed tests we did, just to make sure everything was right. This was, as I say, shortly after I reinstalled the computer. Diabetes and Me again. That's I go there pretty much every day to update my readings and any drugs that I have. If I find out something new, I'll put it on there. So here we are. This is postcode lottery. Lots of little things that I did. Videos, uploading videos. Again, trying to work them out, trying to find out what's the best thing I can demonstrate. How smart are you? Taking the survey. Can't remember that one. Either that or I don't want to remember that one. Maybe that's the truth of it. So, there we are. That's my history for June, which is over a month ago. Lots and lots of different let's see if we can find a news story. Oh, if last month I did the Jigsaw Puzzle Creator on YouTube, so I had a look at that, and that'll probably, hopefully, bring up my page. And that's the one I did last month. Obviously, this is a history of everything I've done. So there we are. Let me just recap on those for you. Close that window. Right, we have Microsoft Edge, as I say, probably not one of the most popular things, but if we go down here, finding history can be a problem. Like I say, the first time I came in, I'm pretty sure it was on this list. If not, I apologize, but there we go. If we can go through favorites, reading, history. Let's have a look at history last week. There we are. One or two little things. Don't know how it knows what I did last week because it wasn't installed last week. However, there we are. That's the history in Microsoft Edge. So I'll put that up there to be deleted. Safari, again, this is your Apple companion, if you like. And it's very simple to find the history in here. We just go down to history, and there it is. It brings it up at the bottom of the page. Very simple. Again, you can just go back to and watch whatever you were doing. Let me just open up one again just very quickly. There's Netflix. I haven't subscribed to Netflix, nor will I, but yeah, there we go. This is Netflix web page. Again, just loaded in for the pure fun of it. There we are. So we'll close that browser down. That's Safari, which I shan't be using, although it's very good and nothing against it. Opera, probably the most amazing one because it also holds open your last couple of pages as well. So I'll close that tab and that tab. Go to the history. There's the history again. Uh, 10 female presenters set to sue the public broadcast, and so they should. So they should. It's you know, if you're doing the job, then you won't pay for this same as everybody else doing the same job. If there is differences, however, that's another matter. But there we go. Not to get involved in the political side of British broadcasting. Heavens above, we can do without it. So back to the history. There it is. Quite lengthy. Quite good as well, considering I've only installed this on the day I recorded this video. So the Opera browser, excellent really, because it does consult your computer to find out where you've been on the internet and which web pages you've looked at. So that's a very good one. Google Chrome, I was less yeah, I was less enamored by it really. The nice thing I found with Google Chrome, it does remember where you went, and you can go forward or back, whatever. You can go forward again, find out where you've been and the sort of places you went to. So the history on that's it's not at all bad, but it's not for me, basically. Mozilla Firefox, as I said when I started off, takes us round in a full circle. Had Firefox for many years now, and it works. It works for me. Maybe not to work for everybody. Some people may have issues with it. I don't. I can run various things that through it that I'm familiar with. I know where things are. I know my way around it. And even my bookmarks, I can bookmark easily, and I can go to those pages very simply. And again, just to reiterate what I showed you before, if yours looks like this at the top, very plain and ordinary, click on the grey area, and you can put your menu bar up there and your toolbar, show all your shortcuts and your bookmarks, and that about wraps it up for today. I hope that's been informative for you, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I had great fun going through and trying to learn how these different browsers worked. They're all good, aren't they? They're all good. There's one or two other ones which I chose not to bother with, to be honest, because I mean, I use a computer quite a lot, and I get to know a lot of the browsers that are out there. And on this particular instance, I chose 4 other ones that I sort of knew a little bit about. So there's my ratings. If you want to put these in my ratings order, I'll do that. Microsoft Edge, not a cat in hell's chance of me ever using that, unless my hands are tied behind my back and I have to operate my mouse with my nose, then maybe I will consider it. But there we have Safari. That's great. I should imagine people who are they're using the Apple Macs and all that sort of thing, they will probably have that as default. It's not too bad. As I said before, it's fairly versatile and it does the job. Google Chrome, not overly impressed by it. Never have been, to be honest. It doesn't seem to do a lot of what other things do. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just that I haven't taken the time to study it and to look at it. So, you know, whatever warms your blanket is what you use, isn't it? So, Opera browser is probably the most surprising one I've had a look at. Really quite like Opera. It's got everything I want. It's got it in a nice compact little area there. It also it's fairly quick as well, I might add. There's my inbox. Did I open another one up there? I think I must have done. Yeah, there we are. And there's my YouTube page, which we'll leave it on. And while we're looking at it, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do subscribe. If you're signed in, you can click on this button. You have to make an account first, which is very easy. Name, address, date of birth, that's about it. Then you can subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy my videos and you think, hey, I've quite enjoyed that, I'd like to see what he does next, then we have thumbs up and thumbs, I don't know where they are, let's have a look at it. But here, if you like it, you can put a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, you put a thumbs up and tell me why. Plenty of easy ways of putting a comment in there. So do that. You know, if you've enjoyed the content, then please thumbs up and tell me about it, how you've enjoyed it, if you've used it, if you know anything similar or other things you'd like to know about it, then please thumbs up and tell me about it. I will always try where I can to answer as many comments as I can. Occasionally do get quite a lot, so we need to just say I will try. There we go. Thank you for watching it, and as always, if you can subscribe to my channel, I'll be very grateful. And look forward to doing the next one, which will probably be on the trains, which you've had a quick preview of today, at least a look at the address, but we'll be doing the full 10 yards on that, hopefully sometime in the future, maybe next month, maybe the month after, not sure yet. Depends how quick I can learn the application. There we go. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe. Bye for now.